Okay, this is the 4th or 5th time I've tried to start, so we'll see where this goes. I even had to go do a ceremony. I had to do some sage. I was like, okay, what the hell? I got to clear this space. And oh my gosh, Stella is just, she's going to interrupt me probably. I gave her some medicine, but we'll see how it goes. I am exhausted again with this. For one thing, I have a couple different things. One thing is I feel starved to death. I feel like I am so hungry. I like feel ravenous. Like it's weird. And then plus this weird pain in my body. I don't know how to describe it. It is super painful. You can't lay on your sides. You can't lay on your back. Nothing. Every way you lay is just super painful. So that interferes with my sleep. And then I don't know, these certain times when there's a lot of energy or the veil's thin or something, the chatter is, and last night they were giving me a lot of good insights. And, I was up taping even, doing TikToks, because they'll just repeat something unless I go talk about it. That's why sometimes it's like, I got to go talk about this, because I'll just repeat it, start filling my head with showing me things and stuff like that. So I got up and I did those. And then I tried to go back to sleep, and then Stella woke me. I must have fallen asleep because I feel so out of it. But anyways, it was a rough night. And, because when I was in there and, just keep talking. I got up, I taped, I went back. I got up, I taped, I went back. I got up, I taped, I went back. And then finally I was like, okay, you guys, shut up. I am in an egg. I have got quiet around me. I've got to get some sleep. And their attitude is just like, well, you can take a nap later. If you can hear us now, we've got to talk. Like, I can hear you all the time. Talk to me when I'm not sleeping. My body needs sleep. But their attitude is like, well, you got all day. You can go sleep anytime you want, all day. But anyways, they've got a sense of humor, no doubt about it. But the things that what I was talking about is probably going to be stuff that I have talked about before. But I'm going to talk about it again. So think about this. So the earth is its own consciousness. It has its own vibration. And just as we've gone through this abusive relationship, she's been in an abusive relationship with this same bunch, right? I mean, they're the corporation that has been destroying the forest, cutting everything down, selling us resources, not being mindful of resources, and polluting the pollution. And now whatever they're doing to the skies, I still have sage. I did the sage. I don't even know if I said that I did my little ceremony, but I still have the sage burning in here. It smells good. But anyways, so she's getting out of this relationship as a conscious being. She's done being abused. That is why, in order to continue in the reality with that entity, you have to raise your vibration, because she's raising her vibration. Anytime you stop being abused, you raise your vibration, because you say, hey, no more. I have value. And so that's what she's doing. And see, all of us, the earthlings, the animals, everything, we have to raise our vibration. I imagine animals and flowers and bees and butterflies. Hopefully mosquitoes and flies are low vibration. But anyways, the higher vibration stuff would be still attached, you see. Because don't forget, like when I talk about your soul is of a higher vibration. But the avatar, the experience you project yourself into or birth yourself into, the spacesuit to experience this reality is, it's set up for the environment. It's set up for the experience. So you are a higher vibration, but you are birthed into this spacesuit so it can travel into a low vibration place. And that's why I say this place is I believe we're low vibration, what people consider hell. I say this all the time. This is what, to me, is hell. It is low vibration. It's pain, suffering, and this repetitive Groundhog Day. And, it's a place where people come to fuck each other over, to play it out. So when you come into this experience, this low vibration, see, you're going into a place. So the place has its own vibration. It's separate from your vibration. That's why so many of us always felt like, it feels weird. I don't think I belong here. I don't know what's going on. Like a lot of us, ever since we were kids, we just kept being like, okay, this is weird. What is this place? Why are these people acting this way? What is wrong with people? Because we could remember, that this isn't evolved. These people haven't, accelerated, or they haven't ascended. They haven't evolved. They haven't grown in their conscious mind. They're still in the dollhouse playing Barbies, So your consciousness is birthed into this suit, but then your consciousness and your avatar have to come into union. They have to, because at some point your soul is along for the ride, for the experience, to watch yourself play out in these different roles. So you get birthed into different situations with different soul groups. And your soul is an observer. Your higher self is an observer. As you play out the role, then it goes back, discusses it, oh, okay, what did I learn here? How did I learn? Because it's so much different than when people think. People think this is real life. It's trippy how people are so convinced this is real life, and it's not. So when you go back and you're talking about what you want to do and stuff, that's when you go back over what you did in your life. You look at yourself. Okay, so in that situation, look what it came out. Look how I acted like this. And, why would I have done that? What could I do to improve myself? How do I want to behave? So you're constantly in this way of evolving yourself by reflection, and understanding yourself and seeing yourself clearly. And then you come in, you're birthed into a reality, like the reality we're in right now, where you have a veil so you don't remember. So the challenge is for you to remember when you don't have any memory of it. The memory's hidden. It is like what I said, it's like a scavenger hunt to find yourself. But then once you get in connection with your soul, see, then you start to become in union. You start to reflect in life. Like you go in and you talk to your higher self. You go in and you spend time in communion with your soul, like whatever it is, if it's for healing, if it's just to recoup, if it's to have a deeper understanding. There's a lot of different reasons, but it's important to take that time for yourself to be in union with yourself, your higher self. What people, think of like they have to go to the church and, get, like I think in a Muslim kind of church thing I'm picturing, I think it's even a cube, and they walk around it and like days of prayer, and they do these circles and stuff. And then the ones who get on their knees and just pray and pray, like they have to pray for hours and hours a day. They have so much stuff that they have to do to show their Lord that they care. When really, like, I don't know, it's like an entity that they create, that they are focused on, rather than just the communication to their higher self. Instead of just, because you don't need to go to a place, like you can be anywhere. You could be in a prison cell, and go into union with the creator, yourself, or however you perceive. So you don't need to go any place, Just like I said, you don't have to do ceremonies. You know, it's all just what you feel you need to do. But anyways, so all the people who are here, you know, who are waking up. So we've gone from this place where we're just on autopilot. We're just doing our thing, you know, but then we reach this point where the earth is ascending. The earth is like done with the madness and is raising its vibration to no more being treated bad. And so then, you know, and we have to raise ours, or we won't be a part of that world anymore. You know, and that's what their big push is in this world. You know, go science, go AI, we're here for you. Don't worry. You know, if we put your consciousness into a computer or synthetic, you don't need food. We don't need to worry about you then. Just, you know, go become a plastic person. You know, that's what they're always pushing. Even the way that they sell it in movies of how people look, like they don't age, and they get you the idea like that these celebrities are all happy, they're rich, they've got everything, you know. And so people strive to, you know, follow in those footsteps, which, you know, the cabal only needs so many spokespeople, you know. So anyways, when you are raising your vibration, focusing on the pain and suffering that others are going through, that is not going to be raising your vibration. That is going to keep you in a distressed level of your vibration. It's going to keep you tense. It's going to keep you worried. It's going to keep you sad, keep you depressed. And they know all this. This is why they do this stuff. They do it on purpose to keep you in that way. Just like right now, all these threats. The UN's going to come. They're marching in. Well, for one thing, the army, the Chinese one, those guys are just becoming masculine. They've been focused on their feminine sides for years. I mean, that was part of the China agenda or something, just make the men really super feminine. And, you know, I mean, it's part of the thing. They put stuff in food, hormones and shit. I heard that they have girls now starting their period at 3 years old. They've got 5-year-old pregnant girls. Like, this world is so weird. Can you imagine them, like, in their world where they have their little baby factories, so they have supper, then they, you know, I mean, it's real easy to take a baby from a 5-year-old, isn't it? What's a 5-year-old going to do with it? Oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it for you. You just go have yourself another one. We got this old man over here. He's got something for you. You know, this world is so sick. It's so depraved. Hell. So, you know, but each individual soul has to recognize, they have to have a line. Like, that is what they wake up to. There's a line that you can't cross because I'm not going to be abused. I'm raising my vibration. I expect more for myself. And so when you are working on yourself and you're working on your healing, like the planet, like the entity that we are in union with and being birthed into, the reality. So as she is healing herself, we have to be healing ourselves, not focusing on everybody else's trauma. And the whole thing is I know that they are, and so the army thing. Okay, so with the China one, they've got all these guys that are super, super, have been feminine for a long time, you know, and they're putting stuff in to make them more feminine. So, I mean, those boy bands and stuff from there, you know, it was a big thing. The way that they look like girls and then the anime characters and stuff, like there's a whole thing to the culture of how they've been trying to direct the people. But now they just like, you know, knock those guys all down. Like, no, man up, you little pussy bitch. You know, and they've made it illegal to even be feminine there. And then the things they have to put on when they're a soldier, if they don't, like, there's no coming back for them. Once you're chosen to be a soldier for them, there's a detonator in your helmet. You do what you're supposed to do, or they just blow it up. So we got them. And then, I don't know who the soldiers are that we're so threat with, like the UN soldiers, like they've got their own team or something. But whatever's going on, all of these people are afraid to invade America because there's so many of those things. And they're in so many houses, and they know that. They know that they go here, they're going to be a shootout in the middle of the freaking street. And they're intimidated. And that is the whole thing with, Joe was already told, like, you take those away from the people so we can come in. We can't come in until you do it. And we're going to be kicking your ass every day until you do it. So, and it's not even really him. So whatever, you don't know who, it's just a little puppet out there, but whoever's manhandling the puppet, they are a threat by the enterprise that they're a part of, because there has to be this taking something from us to make it safe for them to come in. So how do you do that? How do you make it safe? How do you get them to surrender? Well, you just start going in and just doing mass shootings everywhere, right? Just go in and kill some kids. Have you noticed how they use those to really get us to, they pull at our heartstrings, and then it is all to manipulate our ethical way of looking at things. It's like they can all have security. We can't have security. You bet your ass. Like, I saw a recording, somebody's at the forum thing, the big thing that's going on. And she's reporting from there. And she said that there's armed guards everywhere. See, they make sure they're protected. They just don't want us to be protected, especially from them. So there's going to be a whole bunch of those events that just happened. Because when it happened, I didn't even know anything about it. Somebody asked me about it, and I was like, I don't know anything about it. And then, of course, I saw a whole bunch of stuff about it yesterday. It's like everybody's freaking out, just like the formula, just like the liver problems, all of the stuff. They keep going after a certain group. And it's to make things more traumatic on us, to make it so much harder. Because if they keep our vibration low, they know that we can't ascend. Because if they keep us in trauma and they keep us, arguing with each other, see, we're not raising our vibration. We're not doing the work on ourselves. So we are separating ourselves from the planet, because the planet is raising its vibration. So we're separating from it naturally by not raising our vibration. And the weird thing is so when people think about raising their vibration, they just don't get, like, it is an attitude. It isn't like you go to another place. Like, I feel like I leave this place all the time. You just go out and you start doing stuff. You start doing projects. You start creating something. Then you get absorbed into that. You go into that reality. You're not in this reality. So you shift out of this reality by putting yourself into a reality of creativity. But so when you are, so I go into those places, and it's weird because now it's so much more of a step out. Like, it's a lot more shocking when I come out of it. It's definitely shifting out of a higher vibration into a low vibration. And it is, the low vibration is a very difficult place to be. I'm not judging anybody with it. And I know there's a lot of people who are probably just donating the shit out of money and giving it to the third party who's just tucking it in their pocket. It never goes to the people that they wanted to go through. But people don't know what to do. They keep feeling pain for everybody. Everybody's having so much trauma. But that trauma of everybody's experience is just going to keep pulling you back down in your vibration. Because so in my vibration, I can go out and I can, just do all sorts of stuff and enjoy my day and have fun. And I don't even think about any of the things going on. I just, focus on what I'm doing. And the whole thing is so when you raise your vibration, it is your attitude towards other people. It's your attitude towards life. It's your attitude. It's like, think about the earth raising her vibration. It's, I will not be abused anymore. That is raising your vibration. It is opening your mind. It is an expansion of your consciousness. That's all it is opening your mind and figuring out control of your own mind, and figuring out control of your own emotions. And we're under attack of our emotions. They are doing all this to keep us unstable, because they know as long as they can keep you unstable that you won't ascend. And they're just trying to hold on to their world. I don't even think they have any idea what the hell they're doing. I mean, I think they are just scrambling, you know. They're going 2022. It's 2030 for me. You know, they're going crazy. So they are, they don't know what to do. And, but they are losing. And I still, like, even this morning, I see somebody say, you know, oh, this $40 billion, you know, why are we giving it to blah, 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 instead of putting it back in the education? Why do we want to give anything to a government education institute? Like, what is it that people are not seeing? I don't get it. It's like, oh my God, this is mental. This is so mental. You can't get people to understand. Like, I am just talking another language to people that they cannot comprehend. And so, you know, like the cabal is causing all this interference to keep people low. That's their whole agenda. Keep you hopeless and helpless. Keep you dependent and in fear. They want you dependent on them. And as long as your energy is focused on them, and what are they going to do next? What are they going to do next? You know, and I mean, for one thing, I've been saying it for months. I wouldn't put my kid in a fucking school, especially right now. It's not going to be the only shoot up. There's going to be many more until people just surrender them, because that's what they want to do. Something will happen. I mean, I sure hope to God we don't have to get to this point. Like, I don't understand what it's going to take for people to see through the bullshit and, you know, to come into union with their own soul, because their soul is speaking to them. This is a time of ascension, but it's the ego, you know, it's the savior complex. Oh, it's, I've got to save them. I've got to help these people. Oh, you know, and especially during a time when people are awakening and their compassion and their empathy is just, it's raw, it's open. It's like, oh, I just feel for people, you know, and they're using it against people by these nonstop attacks, this trauma, drama, nonstop, that keeps people completely unstable, keeps people feeling they need medication, they need drugs, they need something to help them calm down, because they had never learned how to use techniques of relaxation, meditation, breathing, and all of that stuff. They don't know how to self-regulate. They don't know how to take good care of themselves. They don't know how to eat healthy. They don't know how to detox. All these things that have been withheld is valuable information to a soul that's concerned for the avatar. You know, there's a whole thing to the whole thing. So, you know, we're in this place, like our avatar is in a place that holds a low vibration. And when you understand that the people, the ones running this reality, that they are highly sophisticated, you know, they've got far advanced technology, and they are using the technology against us. And so, you know, when I'm laying in there in pain, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so this is something that the frequency is doing. It's so loud in my ears. So it's doing something to cause some sort of instability inside of my body where everything is hurting really bad. This morning I did do a detox bath. It's so crazy too, because you go in and you try and detox some chemicals and then you absorb other ones. It's just like, oh my God, we're just up against a rock. But see, that's where we have to have awareness. We have to realize like why we feel like shit, you know, and they just come in, you know, they put up their campaign. Oh, it's the climate change. Oh, it's this monkey. Oh, it's that, you know, that's all they do all the time. It's all a beard. It's all just to cover up the truth. And so when when you go past the beard, like, they're not going to shave it. You got to look underneath it and see the decay, the disease that is inside, and but people don't want to see that. They just want to say, oh, that's a nice beard, look at that. They don't want to look any deeper, and they're just being tricked. And so when okay, so if this cataclysmic event, which we are the ones creating the cataclysmic event, we're the ones, it's our energy that's doing it. And as a collective, that is where we have to raise our vibration. Enough of us raising our vibration energetically pulls other people's vibration up, just like the earth. If you're tuned into the earth, it's pulling your vibration up because you care about her. You are in union with her. So you are being pulled up by her because you are raising your vibration too. So we are helping other people raise their vibration, but still they have to do the work. You can't carry somebody through it. Everybody has to wake up and do the work in order to raise their vibration and hold it in a stability of high vibration, of being able to look at things in a positive way. Because that's what it's all about, is being able to look at things in a positive way, not in a way that is like, poor me, life's out to get me, life sucks, all of that. And there's so much of that right now. There's so many people who are just ready to give up. They're just like, this sucks, it's too hard, it's too horrible, and we're never going to get out of it, it's the end of the world, and all of that stuff. No, it's the end of their world. Their world is ending right before our eyes. We're watching it. Even though there's people who keep wanting to run into this scene and do CPR and drag us all in with them. It's like, the more that you stop acknowledging what they're doing, the more that you pull in center, the more you focus on your own healing. It is you focusing on the light. That defeats the dark. I feel like everybody needs to watch The Never-Ending Story again. Like, all these stories are out there to show us the truth. And it is about the darkness and the light, and it is about how you focus and what you look at. And so, and that's why they go to such extreme measures to pull your focus in. Like, even today I saw in the news things going across or whatever. Of course, that's all they're talking about. But now they're pulling out the old parents from the last ones. Oh, we got to hear what they have to say about this. Oh, let's just... Everybody, we got to talk about this and talk about this. We're just going to beat you down. And people just keep going in to watch the car wreck. They don't even see there's a car sliding right over to knock you down. You have to be able to manage yourself. You have to find balance. You have to pull yourself free from the movie and focus on yourself, because this ascension stuff is really going on. And, I don't know what everybody's purpose is. I don't know what everybody's different vibration has to be in order to go. I heard something like you have to be 51% in the mind of service to others. So it's just a little bit over the thing of like, you care about other people and your vibration is going to be raised enough. But, there's a lot of people who are they're just carrying so much pain and suffering, but they distract themselves by looking away to look at everybody else's pain and suffering. So then they don't have to work on their own. You see how that works? Instead of working on their own and raising their vibration. But they have to see it for themselves. And you can't get people to see it, because it's like speaking Chinese when you start talking actual spirit stuff. Like, you sit there and say, crystals, and I meditated 15 minutes holding my rose quartz. And oh, wow, that's so cool. I did 10 minutes yesterday. Oh, and I had a candle, a red one. I think that means it's like, it is, everything is infiltrated. Every single thing is infiltrated. You have to go through you. Just like what I said yesterday. The crown, the kundalini rising in the crown. You go through the gate is through you. To get to the palace, to get to the heavens. And it's a state of consciousness. It's a state of mind. It's how you look at the world. It's how you vibe. It's where you resonate. And, you know, I just know that there is, you know, the earth's rising its vibration. You have to raise your vibration to meet it. This institute that we are in, this system, they know how to keep yours low. They know that we are the creators of this, the event, this impact. They're just trying to stretch this out like day after day, right? I mean, day after day after day after day. And it's all part of to keep us feeling stressed out, feeling bad, feeling hopeless. I mean, how many people feel so hopeless just because it goes on and on and on and on, and they just don't see any light at the end of the tunnel? They think this is just going to go forever. It's not going to go forever. It's just, that's how much that they are able to manipulate with time and space, is to just keep dragging this stuff out. But there's also a great purpose, because all this dripping of information is really waking people up. I saw a girl yesterday and I always follow her, and she was talking about how, you know, it really upsets her where people keep saying, fuck them, they're never going to wake up, fuck those people, you know. And I've always had empathy for the people who are asleep, because it's all my family are still now. It's you know, people are waking up, so I feel so much more better, and they're waking up to compassion and empathy for others and for, you know, what people go through and stuff. So they are waking up the sides of themselves that need to be awake for this transition. But when we wake up, see, when everybody wakes up and it creates that big, and something's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of thing that's going to happen to just boom, wake everybody up. Oh, but she was saying that she has comments all the time, and she was showing some where people are just like, you know, I just woke up 3 months ago. I just can't believe it. And I just woke up 9 months ago. So people are waking up all the time. And this slow dripping, it is, you know, it's very deep programming. It's really hard to come out of it. It's very, they're masters at what they've been doing. And they know exactly, like, it's crazy how good they are at this. So, you know, when we all have this thing happen, like so you think about more and more of us being awake, and then more and more information coming out, you know, because they keep dragging this out, but it's working to the benefit of waking people up. So when this big impact thing happens, that, you know, more people there won't be as much shock. There'll be a lot of shock over a lot of things, because a lot of people, well, you know, it is multi-leveled. They see this, but they don't see this, and there's a lot to see out there. So there is, you know, that whole process. But when whatever's going to happen, and everybody's just like, wow, you know, this big energetic surge, they know that is going to create this cataclysmic event. I feel really certain about this. And so that will bring that energy back to do it. So I think they're trying to prolong us from doing that, but it's still waking so many people up. So everything they do, see, backfires. There's nothing that they can do, because it's a cosmic event. It's the changing from light. We're changing from dark to light. So we're bringing the light in to shine on the dark, so the dark can go away. The dark will end. But it's in the process of doing it, so that we, I feel like I'm so lost. Like there's so many things to try and explain about it. But it all has to do with us and our sovereignty, our independence, our freedom for ourselves, to be focused on ourselves, not in an egotistical way, because you got to humble yourself. You got to heal your ego, because your ego is what is always trying to fit in, trying to be enough for somebody. It's your ego is the part of you that does that. So you got to do your healing of your ego to get to the point where you love yourself. You love yourself. You're not trying to change yourself for anybody. And when you love yourself that much, then you can love others that much, that you can accept others, because you have gotten to the point of accepting yourself. And it's very significant in the process. So, and that the people doing the work is always raising their vibration to match the earth. It's the other people, like the religious people who are so hypocritical right now, and they don't even recognize it. But one thing I have noticed too on the TikToks is, like, some of the times that people will comment and something will come right into my head and I'll type it, even if I don't know what the hell, and they told me that they know what to say to each person. Like, when we're planting seeds, if you really tune into what you are hearing at the time, you are going to say what they need to hear. And it may not be like, what? Oh, you just woke me up. It may not be like that. It may be something that you plant the seed and somebody else is going to pour the water on it. But it's definitely what those people need to hear. And it's trippy, but it really is true. So, when you're talking to somebody, really tune in to what's coming through you so that you can share it. And don't have an expectation that, that you're doing something great, or it's going to be winter all of a sudden. No, it's just part of the process. We're all the workers, we're all equal. There's no hierarchy here. And so it is, it's just, it isn't like that. There isn't a hierarchy. It is all of us just trying to help each other. And so anyways, I know that they are trying to block the Great Awakening because they fear it, because they know it's the end of them. And that's, why they're pushing so hard on this AI world that they want to get everybody to trap into, because then they just use your energy, and if you just not even to the state of consciousness that you understand that you have any control over yourself, then, yeah, well, that's cool. I'm scared to die anyways. Well, I'll just go live inside a computer. It sounds so horrible. It sounds so, and they try and market it as you can live forever. Dude, I'm already living forever. I don't need to trap myself in your prison because I don't know who and what I am. That's the thing that's so sad, is not everybody has that same feeling. Not everybody knows who and what they are. They don't realize they're a warrior. They don't realize that the challenges that they have in their life is because they can overcome anything, and they're proving it to themselves. So anyways, I feel like I'm super rambling. I don't even know if I'm making sense. I really feel out of it. I'm going to go out today and do more. I swear I can just stay out there for hours and hours, just moving rocks around. And like, I do the whole yard like it's an art project. And I just really like creating space. It's just something I enjoy doing. And so you can get so absorbed in what you're doing. We don't have to be absorbed in all the pain and suffering that everybody's going through. We can send out love, and we just have to recognize that every soul is going through a lot of trauma, and that this ascension is really happening, and that it is a lot more manipulated than what people think. And you really do have to make a conscious effort of focusing and choosing healing, and not distracting yourself with other people's pain and suffering, because it's going to just keep pulling your vibration down and hold you trapped in their world. And we're seeding a new world. We're pulling free. For those of us who have awareness and understand, we're pulling free from this old stale ass friggin' dead body, this corpse of a world. We're pulling free, and we're seeding a new world. And it is going to be a beautiful space. So anyways, and take it from me, I know, because I like creating space. So anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.